This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, good. So our PPT, and now what we will do, there is one important topic in data dictionary that is called currency and quantity field handling. Okay, so suppose in your table, if you are having some currency or quantity field, then how you will handle, for example. Okay, so let me open my remote system quickly. And remote desktop, and I will okay, but I will not get that field. No issue, I will show you some another example which is already there. Okay, so here, like just let me log into the system. Just a second. Okay, fine. So let's go to SE11 over here, and I will create quickly one table, a new table, because this is some another system, and maybe I can create one more table. So ZMB28 student, it will not be there. So let me click on this create button, and a student table. Okay. So this is our student table, maybe, or let me do one thing. I will create this time employee table. Already we have created a student table, so maybe I can create over here the employee table. Click on this create, and employee table. Delivery class, let's select a maintenance allowed field. First field, I'm going to give the MANDT, and the data element also I'm going to choose the MANDT. Here employee ID I'm just going to give, and now I will not give any another field. I will go for the directly currency and quantity field. So for example, I have to give the salary, I have to define the salary of an employee, right? So it will be in either 1,000 rupees or 10,000 or 20,000 or whatever. So maybe I can write the salary over here. So this is your currency field. This field is known as, whichever the field is going to come in the form of a dollar or INR or euro. Okay, that field will be known as the currency field. So any employee salary will be there, like €1,000 or $2,000 or something like that, anything. Okay, so that field, if you have to denote, for that field you will have to give the you are supposed to give the currency field, currency data type. So if you press F4 over here, you will get the currency data type over here. Okay, so press F4 and search over here some you will get one currency data type. Okay, you can see here, currency field, right? So select this one, currency, this currency data type I have to. So here the data element which I'm going to use over here, that must have the data type as the currency data type. Okay, so here I'm searching about the data element which is having the data type as a currency. I will click on this OK button. It will give me all the data element which is having the currency data type. You can see over here, right? Or if you want, you can create your own data element. So Z salary, I'm just going to create a currency data type. Click on this, already someone has created, but you can see this is int4, this is integer data type. So for salary kind of field, it is not better practice to use integer data type, though you can use, you can put some integer over there, but this is not a good practice. So for kind of salary or some quantity, quantity, that means weight, some material weight is how much, right? When you are going to buy some material, how much is that material? Or maybe suppose you are going to weight this employee, how much is the weight of this employee, 50 kg, 70 kg, right? So if some company wants to keep the information about the weight, there will come the quantity, right? But here we are having the currency field. Double click over here, click on the CS button, select this local package, and already we are having this salary. So what I will do, I will create one new. Okay, so because it's a currency, so just I'm giving for my understanding Z salary currency, press enter. This is not there, you can see this is not there. Double click over here, click on the CS button, click on the CS button, and here I will give the salary. The domain, here you can give the domain with the same name, or you can create, you know a domain with a different name also. It all depends on you, right? Press enter, just save it, double click. Yes, I'm going to create a domain now. Okay, so here the salary also I'm going to give, and here I'm going to select the currency data type, right? So somewhere here is the currency, just select over here the number of characters, maybe in 4 characters or 5 characters I will give the salary, right? So click on this save button, local object, and just activate this one. So your domain got activated, right? Just go back. Here also you could have given directly using this built-in data type, you could have given, but I have used the domain, right? I have used the domain, so no problem, you can use domain also. uh, by using the domain, there is a different benefit. I have told you, right? You can use the fixed value over here, you can use the value table over here, so that's the benefit. If you want to use some conversion exit also, right, conversion routine, that also you can use if you are going to use the domain. So domain, using the domain is the better practice if you are going to define your table. So use the data element and domain, that's good. So here we have created the currency data type, that's good, right? But suppose you are going to show the salary of some employees something like 10,000, right? So what is the meaning of 10,000? There is nothing meaning of 10,000 without euro, without INR, without dollar, right? So for that purpose, you will have to tell to the system that this salary is in this format, whether it is in INR or whether it is in some another, right? So it can be anything. So for that purpose, you will have to define one reference. Okay, so that a reference must be in the format of currency key. So that INR, that dollar, you know that euro will come under the currency key, through which you are going to identify the amount, like how much amount. Okay, so this maybe as of now I can give over here salary, you know, uh, currency. Directly you can give the currency, in which currency, right, in which currency you are going to show this salary. So for this also, what you can do, see what will happen if you don't define this currency, no, it will not give any error as such. But for the salary, it will ask that it is not able to, you know, uh, identify the reference data type. So I can show you. Click on this check button, right, and click on this yes. You will see that error will come, right? Data type is not supported. Key field employee ID has invalid type. Okay, what is this? Let me check first two. Okay, first two I have not given anything, that's why it is coming. So this is fine. Now you check and click on this yes button, and here you can see this is one what I wanted to show you. This salary specify reference table and reference field. Okay, so for this salary you must have to specify the reference table and reference field, because this is currency field. This salary is currency field. So what you will have to do, there is a tab over here called currency or quantity fields. You will have to come over here, click on this, and you will see the reference table and reference field is enabled for this salary field. Okay, that means you will have to give a reference table or the reference field which is going to represent the unit of measurement, right? So money you will measure in what unit? Either you will measure in INR or euro or dollar, right? So for that purpose, you have to give the reference table or reference field. So that's what I'm going to create a reference field over here. So currency, I'm going to give like a unit of measure, maybe currency UOM, I'm just giving. And here Z currency, you can define one more data element, Z currency UOM, right? This is not active. Double click over here, click on this yes button, and here unit, currency unit, you can write currency unit. And the domain, here you can again create with the same name, or you can give the different name also, that is also possible, or directly let's give, you can use this one also. Okay, but this is a better practice, so just I'm using domain, I'm creating the domain. So currency UOM. So data type, what you can do, that C, here you will have to use the currency key. Okay, so you can see here CUKY is the currency key, and just save it. By default it came 5, so that's fine. Click on the save button. Okay, and if you want, you know, if you want, you can restrict over here also, right? If you want to give uh, something like going to change mode, and if you want to give fixed value, definition is not fill out for the, okay, for the currency key you are not allowed any fixed value over here. By default it will be taken. Okay, by default it will be taken care by the system itself, so there is nothing to worry over here. Fine, just go back and click on this activate button. So what I have done over here, I have defined the currency, right? I have defined the salary amount, 10,000, 5,000, whatever. And here I have defined the unit of measure for that salary. Come to this field now, and let me copy this table. Already I can copy, that is fine. I will copy this currency underscore UOM field. Come to this, okay. And here what you can do, in the reference table, you can copy this table name, the same table I'm just giving. You can use the different table also, and there, you know, unit of measure field you can use, so it will not give you the error. So the reference field I'm giving over here. That means for this particular field, salary will be measured in currency UOM, and this field is here in the same table. So I have given the same table over here and the same reference field I have given over here. Just save it and check the syntax, and that's fine. Enhancement category for the table is missing. So if you want to remove this error, go to extra enhancement category and just can't be enhanced. I'm just going to select, so it will not give me any warning such as such. Click on this activate button, and data class, of course you'll have to give some data class. Size category, click on the save button and just come over here, click on this OK, and now your table got activated, right? Similarly, if you want, you can give the quantity field as well. So maybe employee weight, okay, how much his weight is there. So emp weight, maybe I can give this emp and underscore WEIGHT employee weight, and ZEMP weight. I can create one, and data type. Click on this, double click on this, click on this yes button, and here in the same way what we have done, I'm going to do Control V, press enter. It is not there. Double click over here, click this local object, yes, and here I'm going to select data type as quantity data type, QUAN data type. So you can see quantity means how much is his weight, right? 10 kg, 20 kg, 60 kg, how much his weight is there. So check the syntax. Here you can see some error is coming. That's fine. Here it is asking to give. So maybe person can be maximum of 999 kg. So I'm just giving 3 digit. So I will have to activate. I forgot to activate. Let me activate this domain. I have activated now. Click on this activate button so that data element also now got activated. Just go back and let me do one thing. Lot of noise is coming. I will decrease this one. Fine. Okay. Just save it, and here also you'll have to give the weight unit, right? So W, that means simply if you tell 60, 70, there is no meaning, right? So if we're going to give pound, ounce, kg, something like that, that is going to make sense. So weight unit and ZWEIGHT UOM. Press enter and double click over here, click on this yes button, and weight unit just I'm giving over here, and domain. So domain, maybe I can simply copy the same over here. Press enter, double click, click on this yes button, local object, yes, and weight unit of measure, weight UOM. So data type, for the quantity you are having the data type called unit, UNIT. Okay, this you will have to unit key of quantity field. This you will have to select, and the number of characters, that's fine. If you press enter, it will take automatically. Okay, or 2 you will have to give maybe. Okay, that's fine. It has taken. Click on the save button, local object, and activate. It got activated, right? So here in the value range also you can see for the currency and quantity key field, you are not able to enter any fixed value, right? But here in value table you can enter. Fixed value is not possible, but here you can enter the value table. Okay, just activate this. So data element also got activated, and that's it. This is how you can handle the currency and quantity field. But some error is coming. Why this error? The reason behind, we have not maintained the reference table and reference key for this quantity field, right? For currency field I have already maintained, but here you can see this is blank, right? So what I will do, I will copy the same table, because in the same table I have defined this unit, and I will copy this unit field over here, and that's it. Just save it, check this, and activate this. Okay, so this is how you can manage over here. Okay, currency and quantity field. Okay, now it's fine, and you can even put the entry also. Now you can go to table contents and create entries, or you can create a table maintenance generator, right? And through that also you can create the entry. So find a screen number, and here the display free numbers, it's fine. The first is fine, and the 3, that's fine. Standard recording, okay, no. Okay, I have told you in some classes that what is the meaning of this one, I will tell you. So what's the meaning of this one? Actually I will let you know over here at this point of time. Okay, so maybe I will give you some idea about this. So actually, I have told you about that whenever you are going to move any transport, okay, whenever you are going to move any changes from one system to another system, you require a transport request. Okay, so when you are going to do any development, okay, let me open the new slides. So when you are going to do any development over here in development system, right, then you are going to move into the quality system, then you are going to move it in the quality system, and after that, that code or whatever you are going to write or table, right, that is going to be development, quality, and production system, right? You are having 3 systems typically. So in development you are going to do the development, in quantity you are going to in quality you are going to do the testing, and in production the code will go live and the people will use your code and everything over here in the production. Okay, so here in this case, I have created the table. This table I have created, right? So first it will get saved in the transport request. Currently you have seen that I'm saving in the local object, because I don't want to transport. If I don't want to transport, every time I'm selecting it in the local package. That local package is also known as non-productive package, because it will be here only, it will not go into any system. The reason behind this is the demo system. Okay, and I don't want to move the code ahead. So similarly, if you are going to put the entry into this table, it will ask you for the transport request. So maybe I will show you this particular things. Just click on this, just go back, and this transparent table, what I have done currently, I have saved in the local package. You can go here, attribute, and you can see $TMP I have used over here. So suppose if I want to move from local package to some transport, because I want to move into, in real scenario, I would like to move into temporary package to some productive package. So what I will do, I will go to this utility, and here you will see the display object list. Okay, click on this button, and I think I have clicked on the wrong option. Okay, here you can see under the $temp, whatever the value you are having, it is coming. But what actually I want to put this particular transparent table in, in in transport. So you have to go to option and object directory entry. This is the place where you can come and go into change mode, and here you can give the package. If you initially forget to give the package, this is how also you can manage. So you can give some jet package, you can create some jet package which is going to move further into the quality, right? So I'm going to check if some package is already there. Okay, and if some package is already there, just I'm going to use that one. Okay, or even if you want, you can create your own package also. So maybe I can use this jet test package. I will let you know how to create the package. Okay, you can go to SCAT transaction, and from there you can create the package. It's very easy to create the package. Okay, I will let you know some class. So package I have selected, click on the save button. Once you click on the save button, it will ask for a transport request because I have given the productive package now. I have given jet package, not a $TMP I have given. So it is asking for the TR. So what I will do, in real-time scenario, either your basis team will give you the transport request, or you will be having the solution manager. There is a tool called solution manager given by the SAP. With the help of that tool, you yourself or whoever is the administrative person taking care of that solution manager will create a transport request and will share with you. Okay, and you can give the transport request over here, or you can also create, if you are allowed to create in your project, by click on this create request. Okay, so these are some options how you can create the how you can get the transport request, how to manage the transport request. So here, just for demo purpose, I'm showing you, and here you'll have to select but not mandatory. Let me see if it is asking for some project. Click on the save button. It is not asking for any project, that's fine. Click on this OK button, and this request got created. You can see S43K900. So now my table is saved in a TR, and I can move this into the quality system. Okay, but as of now, just you understand that this table got saved into the transport request. Okay, that table got saved into the transport request. And how to save into transport request, that also you learned, right? If you forgot initially to save into the transport request, right? So now what I'm trying to tell you over here, go to this utility, go to this table maintenance generator, and I wanted to show you the use of this particular tool, recording routine. Okay, so if you are going to select this first one, a standard recording routine, it will ask you for a transport request. Okay, if you don't select the first one, if you're going to select the second one, it will not ask for any transport request when you are going to create an entry into this particular table, right? You know that this TMG is nothing but a way by which we can maintain the entry into the table, right? So click on this create button. First I will show you without no or user or recording routine. Okay, click on this create button. So specify the number of overview screen it is telling. I'm going to use the one step. Give find a screen number, propose screen numbers, 3 automatically proposing. Click on this create button, and here also package it is asking. So if you want to save locally, you can save this TMG locally, or you can give the productive package JTest. Click on the save button, click on this local. So again I have given by mistake $TMP. So JTest you could have given, and at that point of time, uh, you know at that point of time it would have been asking to you about the TR. So because by mistake I have again chosen the dollar, you can go to over here, edit. Okay, maintain object, utility, change request. Okay, here you are able to see. Fine, no issue, not a problem. Okay, what I will do, I will delete it and I will again create. Okay, and this time I will save in a transport request, right? Click on this create button once again. one step, press enter. Already processing. It is telling ZCust01 is already processed by the system. So what I will do, I will go back. I will go to utility, table maintenance generator. Once again, I will go and try to create. So find a screen number, give the screen number, click on this create button. Okay, again you can see that it is asking for the package. I want to give the productive package. Okay, you can give the local package also, but I'm just showing you how you can give the package. So click on the save button, that's it. And again it is asking for package for some other object. Click on this JTest and click on the save, and this time again it will ask you for the request. So click on this OK button. All right. Okay, so I have created this particular artifact, means this particular table maintenance generator. Okay, this is the name of the object of the table maintenance generator through which I can maintain the entry into the table. Okay, so this table has been saved into the this maintenance view has been saved into the transport request, right? And in this maintenance view, I have selected this option, the second option, no or user or recording routine. So when you are going to create the entry into the table, it will not ask you any transport request. So just go back and I will try to create a entry, create entries, and go to new and just give some value, ABCD, whatever. Here, I think this is the employee, this is the age, something like that, and this is the unit. So maybe no, the first one was the salary. The label is not coming because at the data element level we have not maintained the label. That's why the label is not coming. Okay, so that's why it is better practice to maintain the label. You can see here how I'm facing the problem. I'm not able to identify what is the field, right? Because I forgot to maintain the label. So 100 and maybe EUR I can give. 100 euro is the salary and the weight is suppose 60 kg for the first employee number one, right? Press enter and you can see the entry got saved over here, and click on the save button. It didn't ask about any of the transport request, right? Just go back now, just go back once again, go to utility, table maintenance generator, go into uh, change mode first, then go to utility, go to table maintenance generator, and here select the first option, standard recording routine. So when you are going to select this first option, it will ask you, you know it will ask you for, it will ask you for what? It will ask you for the transport request. When you will when you will I'm just going to uh, you know because I have changed the flag over here from none to a standard. So just I'm going to change mode and regenerating the screen and table maintenance generator again. Okay, by selecting all the option. So what I did, I click on this, I selected all the option. Okay, click on this OK button. Again, I have selected over there also all the option, right? Because I'm not sure what is the option for what. So just I'm selecting blindly all the option. So you can also do like this. Okay. And if you are expert enough, you can select the required field, required option over there. So click on the save button, that's fine. And it's already created with the standard recording routine, right? So now if we're going to create the entry, it will ask to you for a transport request. Click on this new entry and give the 2 and maybe again some 1,000 euro. Some people salary maybe 1,000 euro and 70 kg is his weight. Click on the save button, and this time entry too long, enter in the format. Okay, press enter because I think I have selected only 3 characters, so maybe 800 I can use over here and click on the save button now. Okay, and data already saved. It is not asking to me for a transport request. It should ask the reason behind why I have selected what option. I have selected that particular option, right? A standard recording routine. So that's the meaning of a standard recording routine. Here it is not showing. I don't know why. Let me check. I can, let me copy this table slash n sc11, or maybe what I will do, I will refresh the screen and again I will try. Okay, again I will try. I have closed all the screens. Sometimes due to buffer and all, it creates a problem. So let me check if it is going to give or not. Okay, because I have selected over there a standard recording routine. Okay, so employee 1 2 just I'm giving, or maybe 3 number employee, just give some value over here again and click on the save button. Okay, this time you can see, right, it is asking for a transport request. Why? The reason behind, you have selected the standard recording routine. That means whenever you are going to give a new entry in this particular table through that table maintenance generator, through this table maintenance generator, it will ask you to save in a transport request so that you can move this entry from one system to another system, right? So this is the meaning of that particular, that particular, uh, that particular, uh, what flag, a standard recording routine or no or user. If you select no, it will not ask for a transport request while saving the data. Okay. Now there are two types of transport request. Okay. There are two types of transport request. Okay. There are two types of transport request. One is known as the workbench request and another is known as the customizing request. Okay. There are two types of transport request. One is, transport request is of two types. One is workbench and another is customizing. So what is the meaning of workbench and what is the meaning of customizing? Okay. So generally what happens that, when you are going to write some code, that means ABAP code, okay, or when you are going to create some table, not table entry, okay, not the table entry, you are going to create some table. That means you are going to define some table. See, I have defined this table, that is, it is having this field, this field, this field, this is the data element. So this is the definition of the table, okay, and the content is this one, right? If you click on this content and you run, so this is content and the definition is this one. Okay, so when you create any table, at that time also, it will ask you a transport request, and that transport request will be a workbench transport request. So ABAP code or any table definition, if you are going to create, at that time you will require to give the workbench request. Okay, very very important at that point of time. But in interview they will not ask such a kind of question, just for your knowledge, or maybe if some interviewer can ask, you cannot, you don't know. Okay, but you should know, right? Okay, so what is the transport request? So transport request is nothing but it is going to move from development to quality to production, right? And this is of two types. One is workbench and another is customizing. Here you are having in the customizing generally for the this is used to maintain the customizing table. This is this request is used to maintain the customizing table. Customizing table. Okay. And what is the T code for the transport request? So T code for the transport request is SC09, SC10, okay, SC01. So these are the T codes from where you can go and access the transport request. So you can go here and go to /n SC09, okay, and you can see that whatever the transport request with my user has been created, I want to display. Okay, and here you can see option customizing request, workbench request, transport of copies, relocations. So this is also, type of request types, and this is also a relocations, but generally, customizing workbench and transport of copies being used very frequently. But transport of copies also consist of this customizing and workbench. So these are the basic, customizing request and workbench request is the basic one. So this you must understand, then other thing you will be understand gradually once you start working in a project. Okay. So customizing request and workbench request I want to display. Okay. So click on this display button, and here you can see that this is what I have created, the transport request. Okay, and this is what I have created my transport request. So just I have copied this one, and I will come to MS Paint over here. Maybe it will be helpful for me to explain it. So this actually, the first one is known as the transport request. This is known as the TR, or transport request over here. The first one, main TR. This is also known as main TR, main transport request. Okay, main TR or transport request. Okay, so this is the story of the first one. And the second one, here you can see, this is actually known as the task. Okay, this is known as task. So under one transport request, you can have multiple tasks. Okay, under one transport request, you can have multiple tasks. So this is known as task. So I'm just going to write it, task. And under one transport request, under one TR, you can have multiple tasks. Okay, so these things just for your understanding. And this button here, you can see this button, like if you press on this button, if you select any task here, you can select, put the cursor over here and click on this button, then what it will happen, that this task will be released. Okay, the task will be released, and one check mark will come over here. Okay, that means if you put the cursor over here and click on this release, it will, one checkbox will, one right sign, one check sign will come over here. So just I have clicked on this release button, and if the system is properly configured, it will get released. So this is the work of basis to configure and all these things. Okay, so just it is checking, system is checking whether it is possible to release or not. Okay, so if you click on this button, it will get released. But before releasing the task, we are supposed to check the consistency of the, whatever the object you have. You can see the table I have created inside this task. This is the name of my table, right? The table content, I have created one content, right? So you can see this is the content which, so all the relevant information you can see over here under the task, and now my task got released. That means this transport now can be moved, so you can understand, you can compare this TR, okay, you can compare this transport request as a big goods train. Okay, goods train, you know, malgari, right, which is having multiple dabba, multiple, you know, multiple bogie which are having. So these you can compare with the bogie. This task can be compared with the bogie. So one big train contains multiple bogie. Okay, so first you have to release the bogie, means first you will have to prepare the bogie, so you can create the multiple task. Okay, so you can click over here and you can go over here, and you know, you can, by adding over here, just click on this OK button, it will again create one task. Again, if you want to create some task, you can, you know, see, keep on. So, you know, once you release your task and suppose, you know, again you require to create one task, you can create like this, and again you can keep on releasing. Okay, but there is nothing over here, that's why it is, you know, telling that it is telling that it is unclassified. So maybe you can come over here and the change type, you can click on the change type, and either you can use the repair or development. Okay, and just now you can try to release. Okay, so let me classify this one also, and I will try to release this one. Okay, so you got release and this also got released. So like that, each bogie you have to release first, you have to prepare first, and then the final train you can release, right? Final train you can start for release. So this is also, you know, this TR, this is actually known as TR and this is known as the task. So you can put the cursor over here and click on this release directly, you know. So generally we are not supposed to release the task directly. What will happen, that it will directly move into the quality system. But if you are allowed in your project, you can do. Okay, but if you are allowed, yeah.
What is different repair and development and correction and unclassified difference?
Okay, so you were asking about what is the difference between the change type, right? So
Yes.
let me add one more user over here. This is the new one. Go to this request type, go to change type, and here the three option you are seeing, right? Development or correction. That means one object you are using, that means this particular task you are using for an object where you are doing the development, initial development. Okay, or you are going to do the correction over there. So now you might be thinking, what is the difference between repair and correction, right? Development or correction and repair, right? So generally either of these two we select in order to make it classify. So development or correction both is same, and repair means already some object has been developed, and that develop in the second time you are going to mark it as a you know, I mean, suppose some program already you have created and you have moved into the quality, right? And again, you found some error over there. So now what you are going to do, again, you are going to repair that program. Okay, you are going to repair that program. So you can select that option. So either one of these two you can select. There is no, you know, there is no impact on functionality as such, but just for the transport manager it will be easy for them to manage the transport. Okay, that's why this classification is there. There is no much significance, but this is the significance that for them it will be managed. So either one of these two you will have to select based upon the whether it is type of repair or it is a new development. This first option is for the new development, new report or whatever new. So and the second option is for the repair. Okay, so first option you can select if you are going to use if you're going to create some object newly. Okay, hope it's clear for you, right?
Yeah, I got.
Okay, good. So now what we are going to do, that I'm going to release once again this one, and once all the tasks is released, then only you can release the main tr. Okay, once all the task gets released, then only you can release the main tr. So main tr you are not supposed to release directly, because you know but of course, like if you are taking care of this tr and how project it has been configured, based upon that you can take the decision and you can do. Or generally it is released by the basis people, or generally it is released by some some solution manager tool, like that it is released in terms of transport of copy or complete transport. There is again two concepts come over here. Okay, I will not go in that much detail. Maybe I will prepare a separate some series of video based upon some basic stuff about the transport, and I will share with you. So this is this is the mandatory things which you should be able to understand about the transport. Now I told you when to select what is the meaning of that standard routine and what is the meaning of no standard. Like so I will just note it down for your reference so that you will not forget. So you understood what is the meaning of this standard recording routine or no or user recording routine. So what I will do, and that I will copy this particular and I will paste in your PPT for your reference. And maybe for this also I will write that this is a button for release, and here itself I will write the note: once all the tasks are released, then only we can release the transport, the final transport. All right, so this is this is what the scenario is. So just copy this part and I will put in the PPT. Okay, so fine, I have put it over here, and now I will open a new slides and I will explain it about this one. So once again I will come over here and I will paste it. Okay, and here just I will try to make you understand that this standard routine, if you are going to select, it will ask you for the transport, ask for the transport. So if you are going to select the first option, it will ask you for the transport, and if you are going to select the second option, it will not ask for any transport. Okay, not ask for any transport. So this is the note: not ask for any transport while creating the entry into the table, right? While saving the entry via TMG, right? Ask for the transport while saving the entry via TMG. Hope it's clear for all of you. If you still face any doubt, feel free to ask. Okay, so I'm just going to copy these particular things and I will paste it in your PPT so that you will be able to use for your reference. So this transaction is nothing but your table maintenance, right? You know how to come directly. You can come this transaction using the SC54. Okay, this transaction directly you can come with the SC54. Okay, click on this display. Sorry, go to this change. I think no. Generate table maintenance dialog. How to generated objects. Yeah, you can see here, right? So you can select the second option and click on this display. So directly with the help of AC 54, also you can go into this transaction. So T code is AC54. Directly you can come over here. Just save it. Okay, fine. Hope it's clear for everyone. Now we will start our topic of report. Okay, so we will create a small report. Okay, very beginning. Okay, so AC38, I will go into transaction called AC38, and here JID MB28 report 1 or hello world. The very first record I'm just going to very first report I'm going to. This report also you can tell as a program. Okay, so hello world, I'm going to create over here executable program. Click on the save button, local object, and then you can come over here, and for hello world report there is nothing to do, simply write over here and just write hello world. Okay, so if you have to display anything, in form of, like if you have to display anything on the output screen, you can use the write statement. Okay, you can simply use the write statement over here. Check the syntax, activate this one. It got activated, press F8, and you can see the hello world got displayed. So you are successfully able to create your first report. It's a very easy, right? But now we are going to create the second report. Okay, ZMB28, the report 1. Click on this create, and here the report 1, and the type, maybe I can select some customer production program. Click on this save button. Okay, type from here, actually executable I have to select, save, local object, and come over here. Here, I have to sum two number. Okay, I have to sum two number. So suppose I want to, this is my requirement, add two numbers and display on the output screen. This is my requirement. So suppose that two number is 20 and 30, right? So this is the work of program or report, right? This is the work of program or report, adding, subtracting, manipulation, right? There are many different type of work, right? So this is one of the work, adding two numbers. So you have to add the two number and you have to display on the screen. So what you will do, you will add 20 plus 30, right? So by simply adding 20 plus 30, it will not give you the output, right? You have to add it up and you have to store somewhere, right? So for that purpose, you will require a variable. Okay, so maybe lv underscore sum, or maybe you can write the gv underscore sum, any variable. It all depends on you, or directly you can give the sum, any variable, or any variable abcd, whatever you want you can give. So this is your variable. Okay, but I'm just giving some meaningful name, sum, over here, so that you will be able to better correlate. Okay, so sum, I am going to store this 20 and 30 into this sum. System understands what is this 20 and 30, but system does not understand what is this sum, what is this value. Why? Because this can be anything, right? This particular variable, system does not understand what is its color, what is its height, what is its how many hands it is having, how many legs it is having, what is the type of, means did not understand about at all this variable, the system. So you must have to tell to the system about this particular variable. So to telling to the system, that what is this sum. See, if you can check, it will tell this sum is unknown, right? Field sum is unknown, right? So you have to tell to the system. So how you will tell to the system? So there is a keyword called data, with the help of which you can declare the variable. Okay, with the help of which you will tell to the system that what is this sum. Okay, so you will write sum, and you will tell to the system this sum is of type integer. Why I'm taking integer? The reason behind, I'm adding two integer value and I want to put into the integer. That's why I'm putting the integer. Okay, check the syntax now, and you can see there is no syntax error. And now I want to display the output, right? So write sum. So I'm using the write, and because this variable I want to display, so just I'm using this variable over here. You don't have to put the variable inside the single quotes. If you put inside the single quotes, it will consider this as a string literal. Okay, whatever you will put in a single quote, it will simply display what it is there. So for example, I'm going to put this sum in a single quote, and if you run this one, you can see it is showing sum. What I want to display the value of this sum. So you don't have to give the single quote over here. Simply give without single quote. Then system will understand this is some variable and you want to display the value of this variable. Okay. Again, activate this one. You must have to activate every time. Then only it will take place. So in SAP, most of the time for the most of the object, you must have to activate. You must have to activate. Press F8, and this time you can see it is giving you 50, right? It is just adding this 30 and 20, it is adding, and it is giving you the sum 50. Okay, so this is the basic concept, right? So here you can see that when I have to add the two number, I'm just using this I, type I, right? This is actually known as the data type. Okay, this I is known as the ABAP data type. Okay, this data is to represent the data variable. Okay, and this type, whatever in blue it is coming, this all are the keyword through which SAP understands what we want to tell them. This is the ABAP keyword. Okay, this is the ABAP grammar, you can say. ABAP keyword, using the keyword we are writing some certain sequence, so it is becoming grammar, so the system is able to understand what actually we are trying to do. Fine, just save it and we will activate once again. Now we will see what is the different types of data types. This is very, very important, and once you understand the different types of data type, it will be easy for you, to write a program. It will be easy for you to do anything. Okay, so what I will do, I will first define the different type of data types, then we will go ahead and we will again write some more program and we will see how it's a work. Okay, so one interesting thing here in ABAP is that even if you define a character data type, right? Even if we're going to define the character data type also, what it will do, that it will add you and give you the result. So I will just activate this and I will show you. See, I have used the C. C stands for character data type. Okay, so press F8 and you can see this is also giving the result, right? If you use the string data type also, it also supports the arithmetic operation and this will also give you the result. Okay, this will also give you the result. So activate this one, it got activated and you can see this is also giving the result. So if we're using the packed data type, packed, this is packed data type, this will also give you the result. Okay, you can see here it is giving you. If we are going to use the numeric data type, okay, this will also give you the result, but here you can see it's giving 0 because I have not specified the length, you know, that's why. Activate this one and press F8, you can see the 50 it is giving. So most of the data type, if you can you mute from your side, or if you have any question, Shikant? Okay, fine. So most of the data type, you know, the most of the data type supports in ABAP the arithmetic operation. Most of the data type, or almost all data types supports the arithmetic operation. Okay, almost all data type. We will see. If you find any data type which does not supports the arithmetic operation, just let me know. As per my current understanding, I have seen that almost whatever I have been using, or you know, yeah, of course, like you know, the date data type, time data type, it is not going to support the arithmetic operation. Okay, these are the exception, but almost, like leaving all these apart, it will. Arithmetic operation means plus, minus, multiplication, division, all such kind of operation. So let's go ahead and see the different types of data type. Okay, so here in ABAP data types. So in ABAP, we are having, there are mainly two types of data type. Okay, one is called elementary data type, uh, elementary data types, and another is called the user defined data type. User defined data type. User defined data type. So see, this elementary data type is nothing but it's already given by the SAP. Okay, so this is also known as predefined data type, already given by the SAP for the ABAP program, right? So predefined data type also, or inbuilt data type also you can tell. Okay, predefined data type or inbuilt data type. Okay, this all depends on you what name you want to give. Okay, so first we will see in detail what is the meaning of this user defined. Okay, what is the meaning of this user defined data type? What's the meaning of this user defined data type? And then I will show you. Okay, fine. So user defined data type is nothing but, you know, using this elementary data type, you are going to create your own data type. Okay, using elementary data type, you are going to create your own data type. So that's the meaning of you know, user defined data type. Now we will see what are the different types of elementary data type or user defined data type. Okay, so in elementary data type also you are having two types of data type. Okay, one is, you know, one is numeric data type and another is non-numeric data type. Okay, one is numeric data type, numeric data type, numeric data type, and another you are having the non-numeric data type. So you are having the another is non-numeric data type. So you can simply add it non-numeric over here. So two types of data type you are having. Now we will see in numeric data type what else comes. So just you remember, see, you know, under this non-numeric data type, Just you remember CNDT. Just you remember like this. I remember like this, you know, CNDT. Okay, CNDT. You have to remember like this. So C stands for character. Okay, character data type comes under the non-numeric data type. Character data types comes under the non-numeric data type. And then this C stands for character. So let me simply write the character. And N stands for numeric. Okay, N stands for numeric. So you can just write it that it's numeric. Okay, and D stands for date data type. Okay, D stands for the date data type, the date, and the T stands for the time data type. T stands for the time data type. So these are the different, you know, non-numeric data type. There is one more. I will just tell you. That is called a string S. This will also fall under the, you know, non-numeric data type, a string data type. Okay, so this is, and the numeric data type you are having, you know, the float data type comes under the non-numeric data type, float. F you can tell, and then you can tell I will also come under the integer, then pack, then if I p, and then x will also come under the integer data type. X stands for hexadecimal. Okay, so these are the data type which will come under the numeric data type, if I p and x. I will describe all these things in a detail. Okay, come over here. I will open one new slides, and here we will see the numeric data type in detail. So I will give here, or I will create one table over here. So numeric data type, and I will insert one table with some fields, and then I will give the description over there. Maybe some 5 fields should be sufficient, I think. Okay, if it requires more, I will get. So here I will give the type for the numeric data type, and here I will give you the description, and here I will give you the value, like what can be its initial value. This value is nothing but your initial value. This value is nothing but initial value. I will let you know what is the meaning of this initial value. Okay, and then the minimum or maximum length, and here I will give some justified, means whether it is left justified or right justified. So I will tell this one also what is the meaning of left justified or right justified. Okay, come over here, this justification I will tell you. Here you can see I'm just going to define some, you know, this this as a first one as a I will define. 2 is not required for I. Okay, and for the second one I'm just going to give the character. Okay, so I will give some 1 over here and some 1. Okay, fine. So I want to display the sum and sum 1, both the variable I want to display. So I have declared 2 variable, one is sum, another is sum 1. In sum I'm adding 20 plus 13, sum 1 also I'm adding the same. Sum is of type I, sum 1 is of type C. I means integer, right? I means integer, and C means character, right? C means character. Okay, just check the syntax, it's fine. Just save it and activate it. It got activated. Now you will see first in the first line I will display, you know, this right, and here I will give like this. So the integer first I'm displaying, and then I'm in the new line, for the new line I'm just giving this slash, so that in the new line the sum1, the second sum1, means this sum1 will be displayed. Okay, so first is the integer data type, another is the character data type. So first one is the integer data type. You can see this is the right justified. Right justified means from right it is start writing. And the second one is the character data type. It is left justified. That means it is a start filling from left. Okay, it is a start filling from left. Hope you understood this left or right justified. Okay, so in Excel also you might have seen, right? Sometimes if you give some value over here, right? So suppose for example here if we are going to give some integer value, maybe you can take some integer or number value, okay, here, and if you write, you can see that from left it is starting writing, right? And but if you are just going to take some character, okay, here also some text value and just writing, here also from left it is coming, but some value, for example maybe I think currency or integer, you will see it will start writing from right. Okay, that's the meaning of, so if something is going to get started writing from right, that means it is going to become, you know, that means it is going to become your right justified. Okay, that means it's going to become your right justified. Okay, so maybe I will show you some integer value here. If you see, get some more number format, date accountancy number, yeah, number, yes, and here for number also it is coming, yeah, though it's started writing from left, but you can see it's getting automatically shifted to the right. Correct, you can see automatically shifting to the right over here. That means it is right justified. But if you write some text over here, if you just write some text over here, just select some text, so 1 2, and you can see it is at left only, right? It is not going to the right. So this is left justified and this is right justified. So character is generally left justified and integer is generally right justified. So the same holds good for the above data type also. So here I'm just going to give some numeric data type first, right? So I stands for integer data type. So just give description is nothing but integer you can give, and the initial value, what is the initial value of any integer? Okay, so for any integer the initial value will be 0. So what's the meaning of initial value? So initial value means if you don't give any value, okay, so for example if you simply, you know, don't give anything, don't add this 20 30 20 30, simply if you try to write this sum and sum one, what it will do, it will display the initial value. You can see 0 is displaying for what, for integer data type, because for the character data type, for the second data type the initial value is a space. Okay, initial value is a space. So for the first sum it is showing you like that 0, right? So this is how you can do, you can understand what is the meaning of initial value. So integer data type initial value is 0. Minimum, what is the minimum value and what is the maximum value? Okay, so when I tell what is the minimum value, so let me better, I will write that a length, then you will be able to understand the minimum and maximum. Okay, so length means how much length it can have. Okay, how much length it can have. So integer length can have up to 8 bytes. 8 bytes. So again it depends upon the version to version, which NetWeaver version you are using. Okay, so 8 bytes, that means how many bits, can you tell me? 8 bytes means 8 into 8 bits, right? That means 64 bits. So how much maximum value it can hold? So it can hold, the maximum value means 2 to the power, right? 2 to the power 64. So whatever the value of 2 to the power 64 will come, that much value it can hold maximum, right? That much value it can hold maximum, because one bit represent either 0 or 1, right? So you must be knowing, like, so everything will be represented in form of 0 1 1, right? So that means, and digit one digit takes to one digit stores in a 1 bit. Okay, this 0 stores in a 1 bit, 1 stores in a 1 bit, right? So similarly here you are having 8 bytes, that means you are having 64 bits. So at 64 places you can write 0 1 1 0 0 1 1, whatever, right? So the possible combination and the maximum value, you are going to have what? 1 1 1 1 1 up to 64 times 1, right? Up to 64 times 1, up to 64 times 1, you can have the maximum value, right? And that means 2 to the power. So if you are from, right, computer background or mathematics background, it's easy for you to identify the maximum value, the place value, right? The value of this particular, this is the decimal value it is going to have. And the least justified, just I have shown you, this is the right justified, right? Right justified. Okay, so simply you can write also the right. Let me expand a little bit more so it will not take more space, and here I will do like this. Okay, good, now it is coming nice. So type is I. Another is this is the I data type. Then can you tell me float, right? Float will also come, float data type, this will also come under the numeric data type. Okay, this will also come under the numeric data type. So then another and the initial value for the floating value will be what? This will be something like 0.0. Okay, you can check over there. And similarly you can check, right? Simply you can give the type F over here and just you can print it for the first sum. Okay, or maybe you can disable the second one, and here this also, the second one you can disable. And disable means comment, disable means comment. You can put the star in beginning. Okay, you can put the star in beginning, that means the code will be commented. Okay, you can put the star or just select it and press control, and in your keyboard you will be having the comma option. Okay, control and comma, just you select, you will get this, you will get this particular comment automatically for the selected fields, and it will get commented. That means these are the dead code, it is not having any impact. Okay, only the impact, this and this is having the impact, this one and this one is having the impact. Just activate this one, run this, and you can see this is how the initially it is coming. So maybe you can copy this value, this is the correct value. If you don't give any value, it will take that value. Okay, so that is the correct value. Simply 0.0 is not, this is the correct value what it is going to come as the initial value. So this is how you can test. So just for your knowledge, I'm telling this, it will not be asked in any interview or something like that, but as an ABAPer, your concept should be clear. Whatever the important thing will be there from interview point of view, I will let you know. So just for understanding purpose, please understand these things. As a good programmer, as a good ABAPer, it's going to play an important role. Okay, so float data type, the length, what will be the maximum length? Okay, so this I will check and let you know, I'm not sure. And here the justification, this is also, I think, the right justified. Okay, just you can check once, this is also right justified. Then if, and another, maybe you can take the pack data type, very frequently used data type. This float you are going to use very rarely, this float data type you are going to use very rarely. Okay, very rarely you are going to use, but the I and P you are going to use very frequently. Okay, So maybe I can give something like this, or let me take some another color. Okay, I'm giving in a red the region behind, very less I'm going to use, or in your real time you can use sometime, but very less, out of 100 1 or 2 times. But this I and P very frequently is going to be used. Okay, so this is known as the packed data type, this packed data type. So packed data type. So for example, for this will be what? For this data type, you know, for example, suppose if you have to represent 2.67, okay, 2.98, some decimal representation if you have to do, you can use this packed data type. Okay, float will come in this format, which will be, you know, very difficult to understand. This is the scientific format, right? This E stands for exponential to the power 00. Okay, so here, you know, the integer data type, integer you already know, that is nothing but, you know, integer is nothing but 1 2 3 4 5, and integer, the minus sign also will come, -5, right, -10. So these are your integer. Okay, -15 16. So integer can be like this. Float will come like this. Okay, and the packed, if you have to represent the data of this format, you can use the packed data type. The initial value for the packed data type also will be 0. You can also, you know, find out from here how it's going to be. Activate this one and just activate once, and you can see the 0 is coming, right? So the initial value is going to be 0, and again this is also right justified, just you have seen, right? So you can yourself identify like this way. And the how much byte it will take generally, the length actually, the actually two you know, two value will be stored in a single byte. Okay, so that's the meaning of actually the packed, because it is a packed, it is going to be it takes less storage. Okay, it takes the less storage. This packed data type takes the less storage space. So now here, the length, the maximum length can be, minimum it can be 1, and the maximum length it can be 65535. 65535. So why this is the maximum length? Okay, this can be more also. Yes, this can be more also, depends on the version, depends on the operating system, depends on the system. This can be maximum, but typically it will be like this. Okay, so this much length, like you know, 65,535 maximum length you can use for the pack data type. Okay, now IFP, and then after what we are having, some another integer data type, X, hexadecimal. X stands for the hexadecimal. Okay, X stands for the hexadecimal. So you must be knowing about the hexadecimal representation. Hexadecimal representation. So it will get stored in the byte format. Okay, so hexadecimal representation, the initial value, it will be something like in form of 00 it will come. So this also you can just verify like this. You can just give the X over here, just activate it and just run it. You can see the 00 is coming, right? And if you want to see you know, the how the hexadecimal represents, right? So ABC also it will come up to E, right, in hexadecimal. So you can simply enable this one, and here what you can do, suppose you have to add, suppose 1000 plus 90 you want to add, right? You want to add 90, just activate this and just press F8. You can see the 42 is coming. The 42 is nothing but over here, this is the hexadecimal representation of this 1090. Okay, so maybe 999 also you can see. I just want to show you some value also, will see in 15 or A, B or C kind of format. Okay, so A stands for 10, B stands for 11, like that, C stands for 13, like that you will get the value. Okay, so you can get some example of that. So simply it's a simple example. Let me show you. So suppose if we're going to represent the 10, just it will simply show you A. Okay, you can see the 08 is showing, right? 10 means 11 means B, right? That's the hexadecimal representation, right? 0B. So till 15 you can give the value, right? Till 15 you can give the value 0F. So like that you can. 16, it means 16 is not represented in hexadecimal. Like if you give the 16 over here, how it will represent? It will simply represent like this. So I will show you, press F8, and you can see the 10 it is representing. 16 is 10 in hexadecimal representation. So this is the hexadecimal. Okay, so the length of the hexadecimal is the 6 characters. Okay, so now we will stop it here itself, and tomorrow we will quickly complete this. The basic I have, the basic foundation, I have built up for you, and tomorrow quickly, or maybe today itself, I will just going to write here. This is also, I think this is left or right justified. I'm not sure. Maybe I need to check whether it is a left or right justified. Okay, so for this, type X, maybe I can give the 10 over here, check, and then we will be able to find. You can see automatically 0 is coming over here, 0 0 0 0. So from right it is coming, right? From right the remaining space is going to be filled up with so suppose if we're going to give the suppose the length you are going to mark some 80, just I'm doing some experiment. Okay, and you can see for 80 characters got appended. So if we're going to use the hexadecimal, it will it will hold the complete space. That means it will be automatically padded. That means it will be automatically padded. So here there is no question of right justified on the or the left justified, right? So maybe you can ignore this one. So because everything it is padded, you can see it's padded with the 0. So you cannot say what is this actually, which is left or right. Okay, fine. And quickly today itself let's complete. Sorry, it's going to be a little long session. If someone is having some work, you can just leave it and you can go. Okay, just to go through the remaining video, I will just share you. Okay, here non-numeric data types, non-numeric data types, non-numeric data types. And here the non-numeric data types, C and DT. C stands for character, N stands for numeric, right? D stands for date, and T stands for time, and a string stands for a string. A string stands for a string data type. So character is nothing but, right? Character, A, B, C, D, these are characters, right? So for example, let me show you character data type. And for example, if you have to store something like, if you have to give Ram, okay, if you have to store Shyam, okay, so such kind of information you can store. Or maybe if you have to store A, if you have to store B, then such kind of data type you can use. This is the numeric data type. So this is the numeric data type. Okay, so this is the numeric data type. Means this is actually known as character numeric. This is character numeric. What is the meaning of character numeric? Okay, you might be thinking that I'm telling non-numeric data type and here I am writing character numeric. So this N comes under the character numeric. That's why it is non-numeric. Numeric means 1 2 3 4. Non-numeric means A B C D, something like that, right? So in character numeric data type, the numeric data type will be presented in the character format. Okay, for example, you can see here I'm just going to give the N over here, the numeric data type. Okay, and it's of 80 characters, right? And if you are just going to display this, just let me show you little less, just 20 will be sufficient, and 16 I want to represent in this numeric data type, right? Just activate this one and just run this. You can see automatically 0 0 0 0 0 0 is coming over here, right? This is not the hexadecimal, right? For hexadecimal also you have seen the same thing. This is the numeric data type. Whatever you will write, for 10 it will show you 10 only, it will not show you a will show in case of if you are going to use x over here, hexadecimal, right? It is showing you 10 only, right? So it is going to show this particular data in the character format. Okay, so though it will be numeric, but it will be represented in the character format, represented in the character format, and extra space will be padded by the 0, right? Character format. So this is the things over here, you can write it. And the justified, this is the left justified. Okay, character will be the first one, will be the left justified. This will be fine. D, the date data type, right? There is no justification required over here, right? Because it is of only of 8 length. So date data type, date data type. So for example, all the SAP data gets stored in this format. Okay, year, and DD. This is the by default format. Okay, so suppose if you have to store some date for today's date or whatever, you will have to use a date data type. Initial value will be the 80 initial value 448. Okay, for the numeric, the initial value will be what? For the numeric, the initial value, I think it will be 0 only. You can just check it up. 0 it should be. Date and the time, it will be 6 times 0. Okay, that means for the time, this is for the time. Okay, T stands for time, and for the time, like it will come 7 o'clock, 54 minutes, for example 30 seconds. Okay, 7 o'clock, 7 hour 54 minutes 30 seconds, it will be represented in this format. Okay, if you don't give anything, the initial value will be this, and the 6 characters, that's fine. And here the length, you can see for the date data type, what will be the maximum? It will be 8, right? Nothing more than that. The date data type 4 for 8 data type. So 8 characters you can write for the date data type, right? 8 characters maybe you can write. And here no justification, not applicable, right? Because it's going to allocate only 8 characters, 8 bits. So these are some brief idea about the data type. Tomorrow we will see the user defined data type, very very important, and that is going to be the heart of your SAP ABAP course. Okay, user defined data type. If you understand the work area and internal table, user defined data type, then your half of the journey is going to be completed. So tomorrow is going to be a very very important class. User defined data type is the work area, and we will understand what is the different way of defining the work area. Okay, and what is the different way of defining the internal table. Okay, so this is actually work area and internal table is nothing but your variable, but this variable gets defined with the user defined data type. Okay, this variable gets defined with the user defined data types. So this is the variable dot, understand this is a data type, but this variable will be defined with the help of user defined data type. So first we will define a user defined data type. Okay, and then with the reference of this variable, with the difference of this type, we will declare this variable. This is variable. Okay, what is this variable? What is this data object? The variable is also known as the data object. Okay, variable is also known as the data object. Okay, type is also known as the type object. Okay, this type is also known as type object. Okay, so based upon this, based upon this work area, based upon the type, we are going to define the work area in internal table. What is the different way of defining the work area? What is the different way of defining the
Hello. Hello. Uh,